We're here today with Doug Woodring, co-founder of Project Kaisei. Doug, thank you for joining us here today at the Daily Open Water News.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, we're glad to hear you. Could you tell us a little bit about the wonderful initiatives that you're working with at Project Kaisei?
Yeah, we started about 3 years ago, focused on the issue of plastic in the ocean. And you might have heard the plastic vortex or the North Pacific gyre, but all of the big oceans have an area where the currents circulate, and anything that floats can end up there. And in the past it used to be organic material. Since plastic doesn't biodegrade, now that we've found that there's quite a bit of plastic out there, and it's accumulating over the last 30-40 years of use and not sort of disposing and recycling in the right way. So we're trying to figure out how to clean some of that up and really draw attention to how we can do things better on land in our daily lives.
Wow, that's obviously really important for all of us who use open waters, swimmers,
right.
Surfers, divers, sailors. I think we've been aware of the environmental needs and the importance of protecting our planet. Where do you think plastics lie right now in the public's mind?
I think it's a new area. You're seeing bag taxes in some places trying to ban plastic bags. Different countries, Italy, the whole country was banned in January. Amazing. But that's just one product. And when you're out in the ocean and you're in the river or even on land, you can see plastic of all different types. And what we're realizing that there are health impacts, there are ecological impacts. It impacts all kinds of wildlife, and it doesn't go away. And so what we're trying to do is, bring this to the attention that the difference with climate change and CO2. When you tell a child, we have a problem, you can't see or touch or taste CO2. But when you say, hey, we have plastic is an issue, anyone immediately knows, wow, I know what they're talking about. I can make a difference. I've seen it on the beach, I've seen it in the river, I've seen it when I swim. I can check my plastic footprint and say, wow, I don't need to buy this thing that's wrapped in plastic, or I can reuse this, or I can, use a different version or something like that. And that's what we're trying to really expedite, because it's accumulating everywhere. Even the most remote, beautiful places on the planet have plastic in them now, and it's time that we all get together. I think the swimming world is one of the first lines of defense, because we use the water.
Oh, most definitely, and you're a noted waterman yourself. I know that you were a competitor at UC Berkeley in both swimming and water polo back in your day.
Right.
You play water polo, or you did play water polo over there in Hong Kong, where you live now.
Right.
You're an outrigger paddler, surfer. You really love the ocean, and I think that is something admirable. You told us about an event that's coming up that maybe not a lot of people are aware of. Could you expound upon the World Ocean Day?
Right. World Ocean Day is every year. It's June 8th, and a lot of people don't necessarily know it's there. You hear of Earth Day and things, but World Ocean Day is about the ocean. And a few years ago, I was paddling in Hong Kong, and I saw some garbage, and I said, wow, we got to do something for World Ocean Day with the athletes who use the water, because we are, again, should be the ambassadors for the ocean. We're the ones who use it the most. So I started something called the Oceanic Big Five. It's like in Africa where you have the big five animals. In our case, it's the big five sports users of the ocean. So it's swimmers, surfers, divers, paddlers, and sailors. And we try to motivate different groups and teams around the world to go out with their colleagues and do a cleanup. So a little bit different than a beach cleanup. You're going surfing, or you paddle your boat to a beach, or you sail over to a place and do a cleanup. And we're trying to just get people aware and get them out with their teams, and then spread the word, hopefully inland. You could clean a river, clean a lake as well. It doesn't really matter.
Wow, that's really wonderful, and I'm hoping that so many people will start to catch on to this. I know that probably when Earth Day first started, it was just a handful of people, and now it's a worldwide celebration of ecological awareness and initiatives, and I think this is very exciting. As we close today, can you just tell us what are some things that we can do in the open water swimming world to, I guess, reduce, as you said, our plastic imprint?
Right. Well, certainly one thing is when you're out there swimming or training, I know it's kind of hard, but if you're on the beach, pick up more than you leave behind. It's one thing just to be carbon neutral or stay even, but we as a planet have really done a lot of damage, and it's time for us to start giving back. So first thing, clean up a lot. If you see it there, pick it up, be proud. Your friends will say, well, what are you doing? And they'll say, okay, let me help you. The other thing is don't use those plastic bottles. Use stainless steel and reusable. Try to get if you're running an event, try to get a filter or a huge tub of water instead of a bunch of bottled water things. Don't use plastic plates. Don't use plastic forks when you're at these events. I mean, those things go straight into landfill. They never will get recycled. And this is really something that we as a community, where you get a lot of people together, everyone's enjoying themselves, enjoying the environment, just think about anything plastic in there, how can I replace that? And that's a good start.
Well, those are simple things that we can all do. If people want to know more about your organization, where can they go?
We have a website, projectkaisei.org, and Kaisei is Kaisei. It actually means ocean planet in Japanese, and it's the name of a tall ship we used on one of our expeditions. We have a Facebook campaign now called Save Kai. Kai is a little goldfish who's swimming around in a tank, and we're trying to get donations to get Kai out of this plastic world that he lives in, which symbolizes basically the fish in the ocean and what they're living in. But also I started a new group called the Ocean Recovery Alliance. And that website is oceanrecob.org. And they're working on a few other initiatives there that we launched at the Clinton Global Initiative that are also relevant to this whole story.
Well, Doug, we have a lot of admiration for everything that you're doing, and we encourage everyone to participate in your initiatives. And again, we thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you. Hope to see you in the water.